We're continuing to follow this Fox News alert out of Hillsborough County tonight, where we got some awful news a short time ago. A Hillsborough County deputy has died following this crash while on duty. It all happened around 5 o'clock this evening in Brandon near West Lumsden Road. And that's where we find Fox 13's Jordan Bowen. Joe, I know it's a very active scene. We saw some of that video earlier at 6. We just got some of these details tonight. And to think that that was an intentional crash now, and this deputy has given his life to protect this community, it's really hard to swallow.
Yeah, Mark, we now know that Corporal Brian LaVigne was killed in this crash. He's been with the sheriff's office for over 30 years, and they say he was just set to retire. He had one more shift to go. He was set to retire on Wednesday. We have some video here, some aerials of this crash site. Now, what we know is the crash happened just after 5 p.m. along Lumsden Road near Paddock Club Drive in Brandon. What we know is that Corporal Brian LaVigne was responding to a call for service there in the apartment complex. According to the sheriff's office, a neighbor called police to say that his neighbor, Travis Garrett, was acting erratically, throwing things off his balcony. That's when deputies were called out there. They weren't able to make contact with Garrett on the initial call, but an hour later, his neighbor called back again. This time they say that Travis Garrett was naked and was throwing things at his neighbors. Deputies tried to deploy a taser on him, but were unsuccessful. One deputy was punched in the face by Garrett and taken to the hospital. He is expected to be okay. At that point, that's when the sheriff's office says Garrett got in his car and got out of he rammed the gate there at the apartment complex and was able to get out of the apartment complex. And a few minutes later, he was traveling south down Lumsden Road at a very high rate of speed, the sheriff's office says, and that is when he crashed into Corporal Brian LaVigne's cruiser there, crashed into his driver's side right there. They say that he intentionally crossed over 2 lanes of traffic to intentionally strike this deputy's car. And we have some sound from the sheriff here. He just spoke to us just a few minutes ago. Take a listen.
Corporal Brian LaVigne. Corporal LaVigne at that time is unresponsive, trapped in this mangle of devastation that Mr. Garrett caused when he intentionally struck this deputy. The deputies can't get to him to perform life-saving measures. He's unconscious. They're doing everything they can, from breaking windows, trying to crawl in through the back window. But the corporal was trapped, again, from this devastation caused from this traffic crash.
And we did speak to a witness there at the scene who saw all this happen. He says he remembers seeing the silver car, the suspect's car, speeding at a high rate of speed and traveling down the road with sirens blaring in the background. Here's what he had to say when we spoke to him.
When the silver car hit the cop car, oh my God, it just crunched it and pushed it clear over by the light poles.
And we do know the suspect, Travis Garrett, has been taken to the hospital. He is bound to be facing several charges. He has not yet been officially charged, but the sheriff's office says charges will be coming soon. As for the Corporal Brian LaVigne, once again, he has been with the sheriff's office for over 30 years and was just set to retire. He leaves behind his wife and 2 daughters. One of his daughters also a deputy with the sheriff's office. Guys.
Jordan, days like these are reminders of what our deputies and our police officers go through potentially each and every day. And among the many things, aside from having such a heavy heart, thinking about all the families and loved ones involved and coworkers as well, was the fact that the sheriff had mentioned this suspect had no criminal history. And I know a lot of people, when they think about some of these violent confrontations, we just assume in a lot of cases that there's going to be somebody who's got a violent history that they came across. But this was a case where just a horrible scene that unfolded with somebody who had no prior history. It really is another reminder that there is no such thing as a routine call.
Yeah.
We know you're going to let you get back to it. Again, our thoughts are with Corporal LaVigne's family and the entire Hillsborough County Sheriffs tonight. The 15th Hillsborough County Sheriff deputy to lose his life in the line of duty. Kelly.